Hello and welcome back once again to the Wrestling Group. I'm your host Ryan, and today we're going to be doing another one of our looking back videos. We haven't done one of these in a little while, so we thought we'd catch back up on it. And if you haven't seen our other ones, be sure to head to our looking back playlist in our video section. So today we're going to be looking back at Daniel Bryan on WWE Velocity. So many people might not know that Daniel Bryan actually had a mini run in WWE, which seen him have matches on WWE Velocity and Heat back in the early 2000s. So some consider, obviously, Bryan Danielson or Daniel Bryan as one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He's won multiple world championships across many promotions, including, obviously, the WWE and, more recently, AEW. Now, Bryan won the WWE Championship 4 times and the World Heavyweight Championship once. But like I said, did you know he actually originally signed to WWE back in the year of 2000? Well, that's what we're going to be looking at here today. As I said, it's just going to be a short look at Daniel Bryan and his time in Velocity. And as always, if you like this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment and let us know if there's anything else you want us to do in our Looking Back series as we look to bring back the Looking Back series. So back in the year of 2000, WWE had its own developmental brand called MCW, or Memphis Championship Wrestling, where a lot of young talent would work on their in-ring work and obviously promos. Bryan was one of the many to be signed to a development deal, which would allow him to continue to wrestle on select independent shows, but also on MCW's weekly show, which was called Unleashed, which would air on Saturdays. This was where Bryan would originally meet William Regal, who would become his trainer and mentor. In MCW, Bryan adopted his American Dragon persona, which he is still known for today, having brought it back upon leaving the WWE and appearing in AEW. Now, in 2001, WWE severed its ties with MCW. This would lead to Danielson's contract with WWE coming to an end after just 18 months. Although there was a conversation in the WWE office at the time for Bryan to make his main roster jump for the 2001 Royal Rumble match, nothing came of this and Bryan left the company. In 2002, WWE would once again reach out to Bryan and invite him back for 2 dark enhancement matches. In 2003, WWE would reach out once again to Danielson, bringing him in for the secondary shows originally as enhancement talent. He would face off against Rico on Heat, but it was on Velocity where Bryan would compete in more than one match. In January of 2003, Bryan faced off against Jamie Noble before he would go on to face a young and upcoming John Cena. Oh, both of these matches can actually be found in full on the WWE Vault YouTube channel. They are worth checking out if you haven't seen them, to be honest, and are actually considered 2 of the best matches in the program's short existence. Now, Bryan was brought in for one last match, teaming with John Walters to face off against new tag team pairing of Paul London and Spanky, or Brian Kendrick. It would end up being his last match for WWE for 7 years. Bryan would go on to make himself a household name on the indies for the likes of Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling in the meantime. So it's actually crazy to think that the reason WWE had originally brought Bryan into the company and to showcase him on Velocity was because he was one of the names they were looking to bring in for the newly formed WWE Cruiserweight division on SmackDown. Obviously, they'd seen what a success the Cruiserweight division had been in WCW, and they wanted to replicate it themselves, obviously, which they did do. But Bryan was going to be one of the guys that they were looking to go with at the time, but they decided to go a different way. So I very much doubt, to be honest, that he would have ended up having a career in WWE, which he then did end up having, obviously coming in a few years later through the NXT system. I'm pretty sure he probably wouldn't have ended up being WWE or World Heavyweight Champion, as I think, now you feel free to correct me, I think only Rey Mysterio was the only wrestler that managed to win WWE's version of the Cruiserweight Championship and a WWE title. Now we know, obviously, Chris Jericho won WCW's Cruiserweight and Eddie Guerrero as well, but WWE's, I think it's only Rey Mysterio that won both the WWE Cruiserweight and the WWE Championship. So there you have it. Like I say, it was just a quick look at Daniel Bryan's original run in WWE, which obviously started in early 2000 and ended in 2003. So let us know in the comments section below if there are any more looking back videos you want us to do. And as always, don't forget to like, leave us a comment, and of course, subscribe to the Wrestling Group today.